Hey everybody, welcome to Live from Tarkov. I'm Tarkov Reporter. Today we're talking with Philbo, an Escape from Tarkov streamer who's also a Battlestate Games emissary. He and Iron Fist are the brains behind the Hunt Escape from Tarkov tournaments, which feature some of the best gamers in EFT. We'll cover last week's tournament on Reserve and their upcoming tournament on Interchange, as well as some interesting statistics on the Tarkov player base he received directly from Nikita thanks to his role as an emissary. I'll make sure to have Philbo and Iron Fist channels linked in the description below so you know exactly where to find this Interchange tournament on Twitch, which runs from June 21st to June 24th, starting at 1900 BST each day, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's not waste any more of your time. Here's Philbo. Hi everyone, I'm here with Philbo, who is one of the masterminds behind the Hunt tournaments. The Hunt Reserve tournament went last week, and they've got an Interchange tournament coming up this upcoming week. Philbo, welcome. How the heck are you today, man?
Really good. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Now, how did these Hunt tournaments come to be? I know you and Iron Fist work primarily on these. Tell me about how these came about.
Yeah. So obviously the competitive scene in terms of tournaments has really been increasing over this wipe. Realistically, Evasion and Sigma, the main people who have been putting on, I would say, the majority of the tournaments over the last few wipes, and it was
Right.
from the increasing number of tournaments that we've seen about. Plus, Evasion's obviously hype around tournaments that what we decided to put one together as well. Plus, the BSG Emissary program wanted to put together some tournaments on their behalf as well, and so that's how we kind of got together and created the Hunt tournament.
Awesome. Awesome. And you're no stranger to the competitive scene either. You've participated in Tarkov tournaments. What
Yeah.
which tournaments have been maybe the best experience for you to take part in?
Ooh, good question. Honestly, I would probably say that this wipes and this season's four evasion duo battles
Mm.
was my personal favorite for taking part in the tournaments. There's been some great tournaments out there, but that for me definitely is the one that sticks out. Apologies for my cat, everybody.
All good, all good. Now, what would you say makes those tournaments like sort of a cut above for you as a participant?
Um, do you know what it is? Something that's well organized and well thought out and structured is the best tournament. Like, you can have different obviously there's lots of different types of tournaments out there, but for me it's always the ones which are the best, well oiled and greatly organized really stick out, because that behind the scenes stuff that the tournament organizers do to make it really successful really shows when you're taking part as well.
No doubt. What now you're part of the evasion staff as well. What's your role within evasion?
So my role within the division is and as an internal affairs, but basically there's a team of, I think, seven of us who get together and talk about future events, talk about the rule sets, what people should be looting for within those rule sets. We talk about any other future events and such like that as well, and. Yeah, without getting into too much detail, that's pretty much the main core of the role is just organizing the tournaments for the community and putting on some great events for everyone.
Cool. I mean, you mentioned rule sets. What went into planning out the rule sets for your hunt tournaments?
It was an idea that I'd been sitting on for quite some time,
Mhm.
honestly. And then I kind of like spoke about it briefly to Iron, and I was to Iron Fists, and I was like, "Yeah, that's what do you think of this?" And like I showed him like how I'd laid it all out, and he was
Mhm.
like, "How long you been sitting on that for?" And I was like, "Too long." So yeah, we that was kind of it. And I don't know where the idea kind of came from with the two times multiplier. It was
Yeah,
just an idea that popped in my head. It
I
was
really
it was
like that.
something different. It was something different because every tournament's similar in the sense that you score, you shoot things for points, you kill a PMC for points,
Yeah.
AI for points, you get a specific item for points. It is what it is. That is what it is. So I kind of wanted to do a different twist on that, which is why I've done that's why we did the two times multiplier to give something a little bit different, different twist to it.
Yeah, I like that element to it. It's really interesting. Now, this past week with the reserve tournament, I thought it was pretty interesting to watch. Group A comes down to the final minute with some R6 getting like a cheeky little last minute kill there to put him over the
Yeah.
top. And
Oh, I
then,
can't believe it. Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy. And then in Group C, you had 3 people coming up with like the highest numbers in the entire tournament.
hmm
So like, which of these the group stage days was most interesting to you? And what was it? Was this your first reserve tournament that you guys were in?
Yeah, it was our
Yeah,
first
yeah.
reserve tournament that we had done. For me, definitely the summer six aspect with loading in with 1 minute and 22 seconds left to then kill a PMC with 33 seconds
Yeah.
remaining on the time to take the lead. And honestly, I don't know if anyone else would call it the first Hunt tournament, which was found on customs, but we had 2 competitors, Blitzergirl and Trey. They did the exact same thing. Trey was leading by 2 points and Blitz loads in with less than a minute and manages to kill 1 PMC, which takes out 1 point over to take the win. It was literally a carbon copy of what happened.
Unreal. That's amazing.
Unbelievable. But then we
Now,
had some amazing scores in Group C, as you said.
yeah,
Yeah, Merch Guy coming out with 268, Kitten Bro 265. It was so close at the top. And Merch Guy is unbelievable, Andre, with the boss spawn. Six boss kills he had. Yeah, he had some
6
fantastic
boss
scores.
kills. Oh my
Six
gosh.
boss kills,
Do,
man.
do you know how many raids you ran to get those 6?
Yeah, you're 13.
13. Oh, that's a
Mhm.
high rate. That's pretty good. Jeez.
But to be honest with you, that's actually more conservative.
Oh, really?
As yeah, we've had some competitors who have reached like 18 and 19. Obviously, there might be some more deaths in there. We aren't,
Mm.
there might be some of those aspects in. But yeah, he definitely hit the look spot with the 6 boss kills. But it just goes to show with this tournament, you don't necessarily need to get the boss kill to be successful. And the reason why I'm saying that is, as I mentioned, obviously Merch Guys had 6 boss kills with 268 points. But on the other hand, Kippenbro, who came second by 3 points, only killed the boss twice. So it's been thought out in the background, within the background planning. It's been thought out. It's been ran. We know that you don't have to kill the boss to win. You don't have to. There's been people who have proven that in the reserve tournament and in the customs tournament. Obviously, getting the boss helps you get there, but there's a chance that Captain Bro would have taken the win had he had actually extracted on these last map. He would have won. And that goes to show that doesn't matter if you've killed the boss 4 more times than what he has. It isn't enough. As long as you get those PMC kills in there as well.
Totally. Now, Kippenbro, he's got to talk to Nikita or something, because I feel like he gets bad luck with the boss spawns every time he's in a tournament.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't remember if it was either the Hunt tournament before or an Evasion tournament before, where he and Tweak lost by I don't know. Yeah. And it came down to boss kills.
We're gonna get a reputation here. We're gonna get a reputation here of competitors winning by a point. But yeah, it was the Hunt duos tournament.
Yeah.
It was Florence and Claymore
Right.
take the win by a point. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
we
amazing.
got a reputation here.
That's amazing. Now, I'm not super familiar with the Merch Guys, and they were your tournament winners for reserve. Can you tell me a little bit about the Merch Guys? I don't know if many people have heard of the Merch Guys before.
Yeah, Merch Guys is a nice guy. He's called Anthony. He actually owns a merchandising company.
Oh, he did your merch?
Yeah, he did my merch. Yeah. He's a solid guy. He's a really nice guy. Yeah. Great content as well, and a really good player.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him play before, and honestly, watching him play, I was really shocked. He got to 1 billion rubles this wipe as well.
Wow.
And not to mention that, you could definitely tell he was using that to his advantage in this tournament. I don't know if you noticed, in one of the raids, he went in with 9 Probotal stims.
I saw that. Yeah.
17 mags. 17 mags. He was good. He was kidded. He was ready. He was good. Couldn't believe it.
Oh my god. It's gonna be like half my stash value right there.
I know, right? Unbelievable.
So this upcoming week, you've got Interchange, and I believe that's coming June 21st to 24th on yours and Iron Fist channels, starting at 1900 BST. What are you most looking forward? Is this also your first Interchange tournament? And is this what are you most looking forward to seeing in this one?
Yeah, this is our first Interchange tournament. I'm really looking forward to this one because it's my favorite map. No matter how many people say they don't like the map because of dark corners, I thrive in the dark corners. No, I really like this map. I'm excited. Killer's even though he's by himself, he's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like, I've got the tracksuit. I've managed to kill him 100 times, and I've died plenty of times trying to do that as well. But like, if you catch him lucky, where he's like standing still or sometimes looking at the ceiling, then yeah, great. As you all know, if you aggro Killer, he's
Oh,
gonna run,
yeah.
and he's gonna run, and he's gonna run, and he's gonna run, and he's gonna run, and he's probably gonna kill you.
Yeah, totally. And we've seen that with him being on Factory, where he seems even more broken than he normally is.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
have you
Mhm.
have you seen him? Have you fought him on Factory in the past 24 hours or so since he's been on there?
No, no,
Okay.
I haven't went to factory to encounter Killer. I've seen plenty of videos on. I've
Yeah.
seen plenty of pictures and gameplay of it though.
Yeah, I was running it with some R6 last night for about an hour and a
Mhm.
half, and we ran a bunch of factories. Never saw him once.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We checked all the spots. We cleared factory a couple times at least, and just we couldn't find. We got unlucky, I guess. I don't know because I saw a bunch of great clips.
Yeah.
But going back to your interchange tournament, you got a bunch of really cool people in it.
Hmm.
Hayes on Tori is Zero to Hero. Some of my personal favorites like V Breezy is going to be there. Now,
Yeah.
what was the application process like for getting people in, and who are you looking forward to seeing compete on this map?
So applications, I can't remember the exact number. Uh, I think we had about 210 applications
Damn!
total, like for
Wow.
reserve and for
Mm.
interchange. Um, and then we just narrowed them down from
Yeah.
there. It was tough. We had we had a few duplicates, um, but we really wanted to go based on the stats of their characters with regards to PMC kills. We also looked at like our stream because it is a streaming tournament at the end of the day.
Mhm.
You don't want someone who's just going to start up streaming today just to compete in the
Yeah.
tournament because that's not what it's about. It's getting exposure for their channels to help them as well as the communities and such. But yeah, the main kind of let's have a look at the application. What did we focus on? We did it on PMC kills, the survival percentages, how many hours streamed. Like let's say, like nothing like average viewers or anything like that comes into play with regards to where big or small. We've got some partner streamers in there. We've got some non-partner streamers. Some small viewers, some high viewers. It was based on purely their own content and their aptitude in the game.
Totally. All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. Interchange
Hmm.
is, I find it a scary place. So I enjoy watching it more than I enjoy playing it. I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing all those guys go at it
Mhm.
next week. Now, along with your role working on all the competitive scene, you're a Battlestate Games emissary, and I wanted to ask you a
Yeah.
little bit about that role, how you got into it, and
Mhm.
what sort of you do on a day to day basis in that.
So the role I saw advertised on the Escape from Tarkov forums. I'll go on there to have a look around now and then. Yeah, there's some interesting things that people can actually find out on the forums. Even just to not to actively look at it, but just to now and then have a read of some of the suggestions. You'll be surprised how many good suggestions are in there. But
Mm,
then I came across the role, read about it. I was like, yeah, that's something I would probably like to be a part of. I applied for it. The emissary coordinator at the time, not current emissary coordinator, who's Tobias, got in touch with me. We had like a text conversation, then we had an interview process. Went through the interview process, and then was on a 1 month trial, and here I am now as the emissary for the United Kingdom with
nice.
Iron Fists. But on a day-to-day basis, we're really like um, there's many rules of an emissary, many rules, and the key aspect of the role is to be the eyes and ears for BSG. If BSG would like to get a certain amount of information on certain things, then we can get that information for them. But we're here to help the community. We're here to be the bridge between them and BSG.
Right.
Look at us that way. That's the best
Mhm.
way to describe us. And so, if there's people in the community who have got some issues, there's lots of people who you can approach to discuss those issues. Even with the support tickets, you can pass them on to us. We can pass them on. Um, And like I say, there's lots more. There's so much that there's honestly so much that we could go
Right.
into.
Yeah.
But the like I say, the main thing to focus on is like look at us as the bridge between the community and BSG, and kind of look at us that way. But we're approachable. You can ask us questions. Sometimes we get little sneaky information which we're allowed to share with the community, such as
Yeah.
the stats that I got for from Nikita. Sorry, my cat's destroying my desk at the moment. So I shared them out, and just little interesting things like that. But yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
it.
You mentioned those stats from Nikita, and I've got those here. You mentioned on Twitter that 11.9% of players have achieved level 40, and 2.2% of players have achieved the Kappa quest. Now, with
Mhm,
the small caveat that maybe a small fraction of people have reset their accounts and aren't counted in that.
mhm.
So, I mean, but that may be such a minuscule amount that it's not having a great effect. As well as maybe people who have secondary accounts they're not really working on, but that's probably also not a huge amount either. Um,
All I know is it's based on 100% players who play the game.
mhm. Okay. Um, Now, did these numbers surprise you, or were they in line with what you kind of thought?
The kappa really surprised
Yeah.
me.
Hmm.
Actually, I didn't expect it to be that low. With regards to the question, I kind of thought it was going to be low. Let's try with the level 40.
For
I
it. Yeah.
did I did expect it to be low. Honestly, maybe not so much that low, but I did kind of expect it to be low. And these weren't. There's many different conversations which have sparked up within that Twitter thread, and it's actually been a really interesting read to understand people's aspects, people's thought processes.
Hmm.
People have been describing their play styles and such, and it's been a really interesting read. So I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah.
Um, but it wasn't it's not an argumentative tweet,
Hmm.
and it wasn't to tell anyone that they're wrong. A lot of people have said in the comments that they don't agree with me. There's nothing
That's
to
just numbers.
disagree. Yeah, there's nothing to disagree with me with. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with anybody. I'm just saying that I've seen some tweets out there saying that the majority of the community are ready for wipe because they don't have anything to do.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna ask a question. So I asked, what are these two stats? And Nikita was happy to provide. So we're grateful for that. And that was the whole point of the tweet.
Yeah. I would like to know um, how much of like what percentage of all accounts are like active. Like what percentage of 'cause so if we're going off of 100% of players in the game,
Mm,
um, I would say not all of them are playing right now. It certainly
mm.
doesn't feel like it with the size of lobbies. And
The
so,
the the
yeah.
issue with that is, where do you draw the line? What is
Mhm.
an active
Yeah.
account? Is an account that's been not played for 7 days? Is that not an active? Is it a month? Is that not active? What's the time
Yeah.
scale? What is
Mhm.
not an active account? Is someone who's logged in for a total of 5 minutes every day to collect their bitcoins? Is that an active account? You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
there's no way to determine what is an inactive and an active account.
Maybe someone who's run raids. I guess I think that, logging
Mm,
in to collect Bitcoin is not,
mm.
if there were a way to calculate um, who has completed raid this week, like that I would say is like an active account.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, go ahead.
I know that BSG took some time from the other resources to put these stats together for this,
Mhm.
and I know that they do take time to
Yeah.
compile. So I know that these types of things probably not something that we're going to get all the time.
Yeah.
Let's just be thankful that we got these two stats on this occasion, and we were happy to kind of discuss them from there. But other stats going forward, probably not so much in detail, unfortunately.
Yeah. We're hoping for 12.11 very soon. Nikita said
Mm.
probably this month. Are you looking forward to any particular aspect of that patch?
I mean, have you seen this guy, boss? Come
He's
on.
sexy, dude.
I've seen some extremely interesting posts from uh, from certain content creators who are
Yeah.
who are excited to meet this
Mm,
this
mm,
boss. Yes. Mhm.
mhm.
Lots of people who are like, I don't normally play factory, but I might play factory now since it's got a muscular, handsome
Yeah.
scav boss. But
What's his phone
yeah,
number?
I just can't wait to load in, and you're thinking, oh, is Scav Boss here? And all of a sudden you hear that thud from the opposite side of the map, and you're like, oh Let's go. Let's go find him.
It's gonna be scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super excited to see
Yeah.
him. Super excited.
Me too. I think the whole community is really looking forward to this patch. It looks like it's going to be a
Mhm.
good one. So just fingers crossed we're getting it, soon. 'Cause,
Yeah.
now, last thing I wanted to ask you is you're part of the Lazarus team, which is Canada's first esports team. So are you some sort of secret
Mhm.
Canadian, or what is your?
No, there's no blood there. There's no
Okay.
bloodline to my. I mean, I don't think I've got any Canadian
Right.
descendants, anything like that. No. So I wanted to join a team as such, and I saw that they were recruiting and applied and just went on board with their content creation side. So they are an esports organization.
Right.
Yeah, they've been very, very successful in a number of competitive gameplay tournaments across various different games. They're quite big in that front. But I'm just part of the content creation side. I'm just there to put out content, rep their name, and yeah, promote anything that they've got to promote as well.
Cool. All right. Well, Philbo, that's all the questions I had for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we go, just let the people know where they can find you and what time. Maybe a reminder of the tournament next week.
Yeah, sure. So, obviously, my name is Philbo. You can blame me for all things Tarkov related. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Philbo. I stream most nights, BST time from 6 p.m. onwards. The next time will be probably into the streaming will be from Monday, which is the 21st. The first tournament of Group A will be held on Iron Fist's channels. That's twitch.tv/twitch.tv /IronFist_TV. And then Tuesday and the final on Thursday is held on my channel as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited.
Yeah, perfect. Me too. Thanks again, Philbo, and have fun with the tournament, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. Talk to you soon. Thank you, Philbo, for being here today. Go give him a follow. His and Iron Fist links are in the description below. And thanks to you for hanging out on the podcast today. I do want to get your thoughts on the statistics we discussed at the end of the interview. Again, that's 11.9% of Tarkov accounts are above level 40, and 2.2% of accounts have completed the Kappa quest. If you're someone who wants wipe right now, do those statistics change your mind at all? If you're someone who doesn't want to wipe right now, why not? I can see arguments either way, and I would love to hear where you stand. So if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a comment below with your thoughts. And if you're listening on Spotify, mention me on Twitter at Tarkov Reporter. We're still patiently waiting for patch 12.11 right now, which includes the factory expansion, a new scab boss whose name is Tagilla. I'm not sure on the correct pronunciation on that, but it's Tagilla. This patch will also have scab karma and weapon malfunctions as the main features as well. I think there's a lot of excitement in the community about these elements, but we don't know whether or not this is going to be a wipe. There's lots of speculation, especially given that Killa has been roaming around the factory map. If you haven't seen that yet, go run some factory, look for Killa. He is there. I'm not sure how long he will be there, so make sure you hurry and check that out. Now, this could be some sort of pre-wipe event, or they could just be testing out the boss on the map to begin with. Either way, I'm excited to see what this patch has to offer from a content standpoint. So that's going to do it for this edition of Live from Tarkov. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, or pretty much wherever you can find Tarkov content. We'd love to see you join the Discord as well. All those links are below. Go divide them cheeks. We'll see y'all next time.